Hi, in this video I will show you how to put together the free creepy coffin box SVG file from Simply Crafty SVGs. So here's the other pieces to the coffin. It has had an update in 2021. It originally was created a while ago, but the update was a couple things. So if you had the original, you might want to go and download the updated one in your account. So if you click in here, we now have these little flaps in here so it won't collapse. So I had that the first time it was collapsing, so that's the main reason why I redid this file. It's a freebie, but I always agree about, I always wanted to create the best files that I can even when they're free. So that doesn't stop me from updating older files if I feel that they need improvement. So we have a couple options. So we have 3 panel type of things. You can mix and match the top panels. So you have that spider web with the spider. We have a solid one and outline, and then the one I'm going to show you to put it together is this one with the cross with the solid panel. So if you wanted, you could just do a cross on there too. I mean, if you wanted to make it minimalist. So it's up to you what you'd want to do based on what you're going to use it for. The other thing, little hint too, if you use kind of like a white chalk, it's not, or ink or something like that, you can ink it. It gives it a, like a gray or white. It kind of gives it, you can age it a little bit with it. So I didn't do that. I'm just going to put this on the pattern panel here. And you have the option, I always say, I'm just lining it up, making sure the edges are lined up. And you do have the option always of putting this on it. This gets a little flimsy when it's just the outline. So if it doesn't outline exactly and you have that, you could always ink it. So I did that so I can go ahead and just ink it when I'm done. I just had it shift a little bit, which is okay. The inking kind of gives it a fun look anyways. So I'm in the process of moving, so whether I have ink handy, that's one thing. But this video is just to show you how to put it together, right? And it is free. So you can put it on now. The only thing about putting it now, because I did that with the other ones here, is that I put that one a little bit further over. So it's up to you whether you want to wait to put it on. If you do put it on when it's flat, you want to get it as close to the edge and around the lined up as possible. So let's just do that. And you'll notice, pay close attention, that these are some panels. They're not the same size. I made it like that on purpose so it wasn't uniform. So just be aware of that, and you'll be really aware in a minute based on what we're going to do after we put this together. So I'm going to put this in. So what I'm really paying close attention to is matching it up on the top and matching it up on this side. So I can just fold this a little bit to get it lined up. And then I can flip it over. Just don't want to hinder my thing. So you just need to go ahead and fold it like this. Fold the tabs, and it'll be obvious how it goes together because you don't want to put tab to tab. So this glues right there. So let's go ahead and do that. So the reason I didn't make this just like a lid coffin is because a couple people already had them out there. And my opinion is, why should I do exactly the same? I made these a couple years ago, but why should I have the same exact coffin that you can get as a freebie from somebody else? So that's the reason why it's like this. It was just a different way. I don't like to always put the same thing out. I mean, sometimes, you know, there's certain topics. The ones with lids are so much easier for me to make. But in this case, somebody already had several people had free ones like that, so I figured this would be better. So once that's good and dry, You want to flip it around. Now it's not going to lay flat, so what I would say, put glue on this one tab here. And we're going to line this edge up, this little edge, up to the tab fold. So it's not hard once we get this in place where it needs to be, lining it up on the top and bottom. So I'm just kind of holding it. And you can get it kind of flat if you needed to. You can just go like that, just to get a little bit more pressure on it, to help it dry and set. So at this point there's these two pieces. You'll notice that this one is shaped exactly like the top and has a little cutout in it. So when you see that cut, that tells you it's the inside. This, so these will be back to back. This will be the bottom to hide the tabs. So take the one with the cut, and if you're using textured paper like me, which I use American Crafts textured cardstock, you want this to go on the inside with the cut up. So we're going to pull these tabs in, add glue to these tabs, and it's going to sit in here. So let's go ahead. You could do one tab to glue it and just do the rest, or you can do them all at once. So I'm going to do them all at once. Just make sure that you know how much glue you need, and if you can do it fast enough without it drying on you. The other tip is you can just do it from the bottom. I'm kind of reaching in, but how about we do it here? So I'm just putting glue on the inside of the tabs, and then I'll fold them inward. Make sure I get that last tab. Fold them in. So this should just be fun for little treats at Halloween, or a little decoration to add to your haunted house. So I'm taking the one with the cut line, because the other one won't fit in here like this. And I'm going to start at one tab. So I'm going to start at that top tab. I'm lining it up. And I'm just going around and applying pressure to make sure that that panel edge sits into the fold. Then just going around. We just got a little bit of a issue with the focus. So I'm going to move that. That's what's causing it, I think. Let's make sure. So anyways, we went around this way, so I'll do that a little bit more because of that focus issue. And then what it does is glue those on the bottom. So I apologize if you get more than one of those focus. I wasn't looking it up at all times, but to see how it was doing. The wonders of videotaping sometimes. I'm not the best, but I can get it done. It's like that. So we're almost done. It's pretty much done, I mean, as far as the actual box goes, but we want to put this bottom piece on to hide those tabs. So all we want to do is add a little glue. You can get towards the edge. This is where the fine tip applicator comes in handy. I've used a couple. This is one of them. I do have a link or information about it in the notes below, because you never know if they stop making it. So anything similar. And this works quite well with my art glitter glue. So I'm just going to line it up to cover those tabs. Then once it's in place, we can go ahead and reach in and just apply additional pressure. Oh, that was a delay in my words, huh? Oh. So these tabs that I added, and of course I enhanced the file a bit, so there's a little finger thing to pull it open. But you would just put your little treat in, and then fold it down, and what happens with those little tabs is that it holds it up, which is the proper way to do a box rather than the way that I did it before. I didn't have those. So there it is. Those are the three. Again, if you like this project, here, I put it there. I always ask for a little thumbs up, and I thank you so much for watching.